Hey fam, it's your boy the Young CEO here today, coming at you guys with another banger video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to incorporate your business professionally as possible to get you access to high limit credit funding in order to scale your business to the next level. There's a lot of people that charge for this information, right? But I'm going to be giving you guys this information for free. I'm going to be showing you guys how to structure out your business as attractive as possible and professionally as possible so you guys get the bag from these institutions, right? So what does it mean to be professional? What does it mean to structure your business out professionally? Well, do you have a professional address? Do you have a professional email? Do you have a professional phone number? Do you have a professional name, a business name, right? These are some things to keep in mind when creating your LLC, incorporating your business. I'm going to be showing you guys the steps right now to create your professional business for as cheap as possible, because understanding as a business owner to business owner, it can be hard when you're first starting up your business and you have a lot of different expenses that are occurring at one point. So I want to be the one to pretty much help you incorporate your business for as cheap as possible, right? And these are going to be the steps that I'm going to be showing you for free. So the first thing is, first you want to go to busy.com. Busy.com will be where you're going to be incorporating your business. Now there's three states that I would recommend, when incorporating your business. The first one will be Delaware, Wyoming. The last one will be Nevada. Whatever state that you guys are operating out of, I would just pick that state, especially if it's your first LLC or your first business. I'm going to go ahead and pick Florida. I'll start my business. Right now you come across three packages. You have your standard, your premium, and your basic. Your standard and your premium, they're charging you $200 to $400 to incorporate your business. Do not pick those, right? They're simply charging you for an EIN number. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your EIN number for free. So you're going to be able to pick basic, right? Go with basic. Never ever have anybody charge you for an EIN number, because that's free at irs.gov. This is going to include your articles of organization, your free first year registered agent service, and when you're going to fill this out, it's going to ask you for your business name. When you're picking a business name, make sure that that business name is not a red flag. A business name that's a red flag could be, for example, CEO Trucking, CEO Private Rentals, CEO Real Estate, right? These are all high risk industries this business name is named after. You want to stay away from that. The three choices that I would pick or choose from would be consulting, solutions, or global. Those are the three pretty much low risk names that I would choose from. For example, TYC Consulting, TYC Solutions, or TYC Global. Those are green. Those are good, right? Those are acceptable names to really name your business after, right? Why is that though? Well, banks obviously can approve you or deny you based off of your name, based off what name you have, right? If you look like a high risk, you sound like a high risk, they could automatically deny you. No matter if you have good credit, great deposits coming in, they could deny you just based off of your name. You want to make sure that your name is good. Now, the next thing that you want to do, you want to make sure that you have a professional address. Make sure your business address is different from your home address. So people that are operating out of their homes, for example, you're like, oh, like, what do I put? Well, Busy will give you an option to have a virtual address. That virtual address will be different from your home address. Use that address as your business address, so that way that when it's time to apply for credit, the banks are like, oh, like, this person's not operating out of their home, this person's operating professionally. At the end of the day, they're gonna make sure that if you really want the bag, you gotta look as professionally and they gotta take you serious. So if they look at you like, oh, this person's operating out of their home, they're not gonna take you as serious as a business that's operating out of a different address other than their home. So you want to make sure that your home address and your business address are completely two separate things, right? And also helps you with privacy. Business details could also be public or on public sites. You want to make sure that your home address isn't showing. Now, the next thing to be aware of when it comes down to filing your LLC in Busy is picking your next code, the industry you're going to be operating out of. So for example, if you're operating out of real estate, CBD industry, or trucking industry, car rental industry, right? You don't pick car rental, you don't pick rental company. You want to make sure you pick marketing consulting, right? Because that's going to be the lowest risk industry to pretty much operate out of. That does not raise any red flags. So your next code, you're going to pick marketing consulting. That's it for Busy. You're going to go through here, click the basic package. Now it's time for your EIN number. After you get your business filed, you're going to come to irs.gov. irs.gov will allow you to get your free EIN number. Never pay for an EIN number, right? You'll come to irs.gov and apply for an EIN number. Get EIN number. Right? You want to make sure that you are going to get your EIN number in the hours of operation. Those hours of operation is going to be mainly during the weekdays. So you got your filed business, you got your EIN number. Now you want to go ahead and get your professional email address from GoDaddy.com. Whatever your business name is. So I'll give you an example, myceoconsulting.com. Right? You're going to go ahead, get your professional email address and get your domain for your website. At the same time, you'll do this, add this to the cart. Once it's added to the cart, all the extra stuff, you don't need that, get rid of it, continue to the cart. Now You want to make sure that you have your full domain protection. This will protect your domain from getting finessed. You will also want to come down here and check Microsoft 365 email essentials, because this will allow you to get your professional email address. What is a professional email address? Well, it'll be like support or contact at yourbusiness.com. Don't use a Gmail, don't use an Outlook, don't use iCloud, right? Stay away from using at Gmail, at iCloud, because that's not professional. That does not look professional. You want to use your business as your email. Be like right here, you at myceoconsulting.com. That's something to take into consideration. And honestly, that's a non-negotiable. Like, this should be a non-negotiable. You want to get to the bag. You want to make sure institutions lend you high limit funding. You got to look as attractive as possible. For 1 year, it's going to be $35 for that domain. So myceoconsulting.com, and then you get the email. You say ready to pay. Bang, you got your professional email and you got your domain. Now, the next thing you want to go ahead and do, you want to go ahead and get your Duns and Bradstreet number, right? Your Duns number. What is your Duns number? Your Duns and Bradstreet is pretty much a business consumer reporting agency. These guys report business credit. So this is going to be your first step in pretty much building business credit with Duns and Bradstreet. It's going to be able to populate your Duns number. You want to apply for your Duns number so that way you're in the system for Duns and Bradstreet when it's time to report your business credit. So you'll go ahead and apply, pretty much getting your Duns number. So get your Duns number. So get Duns number online. Get started now. I have a US based business, right? Do whatever applies to you. Go ahead and here what your business name is, where your business is located, so your zip code, and then they're gonna pretty much see if you're in the system, and if you're not, you're gonna go ahead and pretty much manually put your information in, so that way you can get assigned your Duns number. This is an important step, because when it's time to build business credit, this is where the institutions will report your business accounts to. It's kind of like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion for personal credit, but Dun Bradstreet is going to be a business consumer reporting agency that reports business credit. So you got that. Next, obviously you want to go ahead and get your business checking account. And if you're in a hurry, like if you're like, oh, like I want to start taking invoices like now, well, you don't have time to go to a bank, right? Because obviously that sometimes happens when people start a business. They start getting fast transactions. They start getting like quick transactions. For some it's different, but you know, you can start with Novo. Novo is an online business banking that allows you to take payments and bank, right? They're also FDIC insured. I wouldn't keep banking with them for the long term though. They do not have any in-person branches. They're just an online business banking checking account that you could go ahead and start banking with for your business. And I would recommend you go ahead and start opening up Chase Bank for your business or PNC for business. Start data mining, start building relationships with these banks that you're going to get high limit funding for, right? You want to make sure that you start doing that, because that starts creating the relationship with these banks. When it's time to go ahead and apply for credit and apply for funding for your business, you're already in the system. You already have a relationship. That's what you want to do with Chase, PNC. Maybe you have local banks, local institutions, local credit unions, local banks. They like doing business with businesses around their area. You could possibly get a bag from those local credit unions or local banks. Don't sleep on those. Chase, PNC for the long term, of course. I pretty much showed you guys how to get your professional business address, email address. The last thing you want to go ahead and do is you want to get your professional phone number, right? And you want to go to freedomvoice.com. Freedomvoice.com will allow you to get professional 1-800 phone number. Make sure your number is a 1-800 phone number, because a lot of 1-800 phone numbers, that's actually looked at as professional. Pretty much you can get your toll-free number here, click whichever one you want, click continue, get the $10 a month one. You could actually forward any calls or any text messages to your personal phone number from this number. You want to go ahead and fill that out, go to freedomvoice.com, and that will allow you to get your professional 1-800 phone number. Right now you are operating professionally. You have all the nuances, all the variables in place to pretty much have a professional structured business up and running. These are the factors that it will take to make sure that the banks and these institutions are looking at you as professionally as possible, and that you are attractive as possible to these institutions, so that way you can get access to high limit funding to scale your business, whether it's private rentals, whether it's Turo, whether it's Airbnb, real estate, whatever it is that you are looking to scale your business in. Make sure that your business is operating as professionally as possible. That's gonna be the first step in honestly getting high limit business funding for your business. So without further ado, thank you guys for honestly watching. You know, make sure you guys drop a like. I did drop a lot of sauce for you guys and a lot of game for free that people are honestly charging for. So definitely give me a like, maybe even subscribe, turn on that post notification bell. Definitely stay tuned for more videos and more game in the future. Looking forward to obviously bringing you the real sauce and the real game to maximize your funds and really take your credit to the next level.